These are 3D printed, and the SVSU prototype lab did this. There is an innovation prototype development lab on campus, and the man that created the double Ziploc bag created these prototypes.
You're kidding me.
No, like mic drop.
Welcome back to the Talk Midland podcast. My name is Logan Richetti with Modern Realty. Today I have my new friend, Carrie Everett, C&A
Servicez.
with a Z.
With a Z.
And also
Safiee.
All right, she had to help me through the intro of this one. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Known you for about 5 minutes. I can tell I already like you a lot.
Yes,
You're really
I do
fun.
too. I love it.
Well, you got a lot of things just have recently happened, so let's go through it. You were just in the paper.
Yes, I was. I was just in the Midland Daily News. My cleaning business, C&A Servicez, won Best Cleaning Company and Best Carpet Cleaning. My partner and myself were blown away. It was incredible.
Now that's awesome and congratulations.
Thank you.
That's not why I reached out to you. I reached out to you because of Safiee.
Yes.
What is Safiee? Well, this is pretty cool.
This is super cool. These are Safees right here. These are my prototypes that are 3D printed. And Safiee is a safe place for your cleaning tools. So I am a professional cleaner. And one day I was working out in the field and I came up with an idea. And I was like, wow, this would be super helpful. And really what I was using was what's on your lap right there. That's a pumice stone. And we use those for heavy duty cleaning, but they have to be really wet, dripping wet. And then when you're done using it, you have nowhere to put it. Mm-hmm. So you put it back in your cleaning tote, or you put it in a Ziploc baggie, or you put it in a cup. Like, that's disgusting. So I thought they need a container, especially for your Scrub Daddy sponge. Even if you're just doing your dishes at home and you wring that sponge out, yeah, they have like a little hook. You can put it on your sink. But what if you want to put it under your sink? You can put it in the Safiee, store it underneath your sink. It's just easy, convenient for everybody that cleans.
And this didn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Yeah, it doesn't exist. I researched it. I went home immediately and I was like, does this exist? And the only thing that's even similar would be a Tupperware container, but that's not the use that we're shooting for. So it doesn't exist. There is nothing on the market that holds your cleaning tools like this.
Do you have a patent for these inventions?
I do.
You have a patent?
I do.
Listen, it's not easy to get a patent.
It's not. And it's not cheap either, especially when you have 3 different products, 3 different models. And they asked me, do you want to just do one? Do you want to just push one out? And there's a lot of big choices that I've had to make along this journey. And keep in mind, I don't have a business education. I didn't go to college to learn how to do this. So I'm really learning as I go. And I thought to myself, I asked my family, I asked my friends, I said, should I do just one? And really my gut was telling me, you got to do all 3. If you're doing one, you got to do them all. And so I said, I'm going to do all 3 of them. Give me the price, what it's going to cost for me to do a patent. And I was blessed enough to be working with the local resources that I have been in Midland, Midland Business Alliance and CMURC. And there are funds, there are grants, there is money available. There's money on the table for inventors and people that have ideas just like me. And I was able to get a grant from the state to fund the fees for my patent and my trademark, because Safiee is now a trademark company.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, so my dad and my brother have some patents, and they spent tens of thousands of dollars and years to get them.
Yes.
And so there's a process to go through.
Absolutely.
I want to go all the way through that. But before we go through your patent journey and your trademark journey, which are just in and of themselves are incredible accomplishments.
Yes, thank you.
Because in order to receive a patent, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know that much about it, but you have to have something unique that hasn't been patented previously.
Right.
And a lot of times it's you're patenting a use or some kind of a tangible.
Yes, there's 2 different kinds of patents. There's a utility and there's a design.
Got it.
And so that was another hard choice that I had to decide. Everybody had an opinion. You should do the design. You should do the utility. And at the end of the day, I had to really think about what was going to be best for my business. and I worked with an attorney, which also CMURC connected me with. And she really educated me a lot on just the process. And at the end of the day, we picked the best utility patent, design patent. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And we ended up going, I want to make sure I get this right. We ended up going with the design patent. And that means that this design is patent. Nobody can copy the shape, the form, anything. It's patent. It's protected.
As opposed to, say, a utility patent, which would be nobody can build a container that fits around a cleaning device.
Yes. And I was just, the information that I got, it was going to be an uphill battle if we did the utility patent. And it was going to cost a lot more money. And it was going to be a lot more of this and that. And I was just advised to go with a design patent. It'll be protected. And let's get it out there. So that's what we decided on.
So is your plan to market the Safiee and sell it retail, or to try to connect with, say, a manufacturer, the Scrub Daddy manufacturer, and see if they can license the product from you?
I actually did reach out to Scrub Daddy. This is kind of a funny story. I reached out to them when I was in the very beginning stages of this, and I emailed them. I said, hey, told them my whole story. I have this idea. I didn't tell them exactly what it was, but I said, it is in your alley. You're going to maybe want to hear this. It doesn't exist. I'm willing to work with you. Do you want to hear my idea? And they sent me an email back and said, thank you for your enthusiasm. We'll send you a Scrub Daddy shirt. So I was like, okay. So yes, I rock the shirt all the time. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But no, at this point, it's all mine and I'm going straight for it. I just went to a manufacturer this week. It was very successful. I got to see the process. I got to see what it would take to manufacture this product. And it just lit a fire inside of me. And I'm like, let's go. So I'm waiting for a quote. They're going to type me up a quote and they're going to give me a price of what it would take to manufacture this. And then you move on to the next step.
Okay, so thinking back again to my brother and my dad's patent, the product that they built has plastic with a form and then some springs, and then obviously there's packaging and there's all these different elements. They have to build a form and set it up for your product, right? That's where a lot of the cost comes in.
Yes.
And then there's marginal cost per unit as well on top of it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I think their quote for whatever they was doing was $40,000 or $50,000.
Yes, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap. So how do you put the chicken or the cart before the horse? How do you do that? Do you make the sales before you order the product, or do you order the product and then hope it will sell?
Well, as of right now, since like I said, I just went to the first manufacturing meeting that I've had for this. And as of right now, I'm thinking ballpark, it's probably going to take about $20,000 to $40,000 for me to get everything kind of together to get it to be manufactured. And I kind of already in my head know what route I want to take. I really want the whole pie for myself. If I don't have to get an investor, I don't want to get an investor. And I would like to possibly keep it in the family. So I do have some family that would possibly be interested in investing to give me that kind of money for 10% or 12% of the business. And then you can move forward with it that way.
So are these 3D prototypes?
Yes, and let me tell you, these are 3D printed, and the SVSU Prototype Lab did this. There's an innovation prototype development lab on campus, and the man that created the double Ziploc bag created these prototypes.
You're kidding me.
No, like mic drop. I mean, yes.
So you went to the CMURC.
Yes.
And you told them about the vision for the idea. You said, I want to build a container for my stuff. And then who started drawing it? Somebody has to draw that before they can print it.
Yes. What we did when we went to SVSU, and the same man, his name is James. He is kind of the mastermind behind the 3D printer and just the engineering it takes. And they call it CAD drawings, like CAD. And he sketched it all out, drew them all out. You know, he'd do it on the computer, how they do it. And he's the mastermind behind it. And those resources are available to the community. They're there. The Innovation Prototype Lab is there at Saginaw Valley. And there's resources that are available if you have an idea too. They can 3D print something you have a vision for.
All right, we got to get somebody from that organization onto the show.
Yes, you've got to get James on here. He is fascinating. Absolutely.
Okay, so you sat down with James. Did you have to pay James, or is this a public service? How does this work?
I did not pay anything for these services. It's locally funded from what I understand. The SVSU lab is. And then, if I did get 10 of these printed out, and if you get more, then you have to pay a little bit.
Okay.
But it was like a small fee. I mean, we're talking nothing major. But they will help you have your vision come to life. The resources are there. Yes.
So because you have some prototypes, you have a tangible product you could show people.
Yes.
You also have a tangible product which you can advertise, which we're going to talk about that in a minute on TikTok and other places. Now, can you take these to trade shows or go to some kind of, go to Scrub Daddy again, say, hey, I actually have this now. Maybe you get a viral TikTok and when you send it over, you tag Scrub Daddy in it, and somebody there in the VP department says, oh, wait a minute, that's kind of cool. So much of this, to be successful, takes massive amounts of action and massive amounts of risk. Just, risk of just getting out there and doing
absolutely.
things.
Putting yourself out there. Yeah.
And you just seem to have no problem doing that.
I don't. And at this point, I am full force, full steam ahead. Let's get this. I'm motivated. I'm willing. And I think the most important factor, too, is that I'm open. I'm open-minded to learn new things, to try new things, and just to put myself out there. And it's not like, I'm not nervous because I'm scared. I'm nervous and I cry and I have my crash outs and I have all my moments. But when it's time to pull it together, because of what I've been through, I am able to pull it together and get in the mindset and let's do this. And we can talk about it too, like we had said, but a lot of my past is why I am the way that I am today, as far as motivation and being open and just fire driven. So I accredit a lot of what I've been through to where I'm at today.
Well, take us back. What have you been through? You've been through some things.
Yeah, I have been through some things. I've been through active addiction. I started using at a very young age. I did not graduate high school. I got pregnant. It would have been my senior year. I would have graduated Midland High, but I dropped out. I was pregnant. I got my GED, and after I had my baby, I thought I was going to be okay. I was working and living on my own, but I call it the Oxy epidemic, and during that time, Oxycontin just waved through our community, and it affected my whole friend group. It affected me. It affected the father of my child, and before I knew it, I was in a basement somewhere using Oxycontin. When I thought I never would. I thought I would never do that. Long story short, I got swept into addiction, and I went through all the trials and tribulations that addiction throws at you. The Oxycontin led to harder drugs, which led to, IV use. And once you start doing that, really you're in the depths of hell. And your only escape from that is going to be yourself. And that's who got you there. So there's a lot of hard work and inner work to even think about even getting out of that. But then getting out of it, it's definitely a journey on its own. But like I kind of shared in the Midland Daily News, my story is kind of different in just different ways, is that I didn't just take the necessary... You're going to AA, do the 12 steps, get a sponsor, stay sober, don't use no matter what. Like, that's kind of what they embed in you. And yeah, I take little pieces from that and use it, but I take pieces from all of the treatment that I've had. I've been to Scientology treatments. I've had hypnotherapy treatments. I've been to prison. I've had treatments in there. I've been to jails. I've been to all different kinds of rehab facilities. And really, I take little bits of things that I've learned from every place that I've been to then collaborate to kind of form my own treatment plan. And as long as I don't use, I can accomplish anything. Anything is achievable. And what I really want people to hear is that the truth and the key to recovery is inside of yourself. It's in there. Even if you're actively using right now today and you're listening to this and you're like, this girl has no idea, she's out of touch. It's not. It's inside of you, and you just have to activate it. And any addict is driven, and we're go-getters and we're hustlers, but we're just using that energy in the wrong form. If we can flip that to then use that hustling energy to build a business or to make art, we're unstoppable. And that's something that is underrated with addicts and with addiction.
Well, talk to my girls. My girls at some point will be in a position where they have an opportunity to try something bad.
Yeah.
Take us back to the first time you tried something bad. What made you make that choice? And now where you are today, if you could go back to yourself at that point in time, what would you tell yourself to maybe make a different choice?
Well, what made me make that choice back then was the lack of self-confidence in myself and the no self-worth to myself. And if I had even an increment of self-confidence, what I have now back then, I never would have started using drugs. And really building up our kids in their self-esteem and self-confidence and just love inside themselves. And I know that kind of sounds cheesy, but it's so powerful. If you have a strong woman that is confident in herself, woo, you better watch out because we are unstoppable.
Yeah, but that's tough when you're 16, 17.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got to really build up their self-esteems and their self-confidence.
It is, and it's just about self-love. It's about self-talk. I walk the dog every morning and I talk out loud to myself. I am strong. I am beautiful. It's about just little things every day that you can do to build those blocks up. And it's going to probably feel weird. It's going to be awkward looking in the mirror and being like, you are beautiful. You are a rock star. But over time, practice and repetitiveness, it is building self-esteem blocks, and you don't even know it. And it is.
Okay, so after you went through this hard time and you pulled yourself together and you found yourself in a better place, is that when you started the house cleaning?
Yes, absolutely. At that point, I was kind of early in my recovery and I was looking for a job. And I tell this story because it's pretty crazy. I went to my local gas station and I was like, okay, I need a job. I filled out the application, did the interview. They loved me in the interview. They were like, you're pretty much hired. This is great. This is going to be fantastic. We're just going to do a background check. We're going to fill some paperwork out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I let them do the background check and they did it. And about a week later, I got a manila envelope in my mailbox, like a dictionary thick. And I was like, what is this? I had no idea. And it was from the gas station. And I opened it up and it's like my criminal record, my blood type, like every single thing that I had been through, my jail stays, my prison stays. And I'm like, wow, like they really dug deep on this, for the gas station. Long story short, I didn't get the job, but in that moment at that mailbox, I was like, no, I'm not doing this ever again. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. I felt stupid. And I was like, no, this is not. I am overqualified for that job. They would have been lucky to have me work there, and it's their loss. And after that, I was like, I'm doing something on my own. What can I do right now that can make me money? And it was cleaning. And I just started small. I started with family and friends and people in my little area. And then it just grew and word of mouth and then Facebook, and one thing led to another. And I've been doing this for 5 years and now I'm Midland's best cleaning company. Like it's just like mind blown. But that's what I mean when building those self-esteem blocks. It might sound stupid, but it's over time and repetitiveness and doing things for yourself, being loyal to yourself builds those blocks. And now 5 years later, I am where I am because of the hard work that I did every day to get there.
All right. So you got this, you built this business. What point in the business did you realize, hey, I have a problem here? This is not working.
Yeah, this just happened like not even a year ago.
No kidding.
I was literally bent over a toilet, scrubbing a toilet, and it was like a light bulb, just like you see in the movies. It was like a light bulb. And I'm like, I've been putting my Scrub Daddy in a cup for the last 4 years when all I need is a container. So like I said, I went home, I researched it. There was nothing out there on the market. And from there, I actually started a GoFundMe page. I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm like, I have an idea and I'm going to do this. And I started emailing and messaging all my friends. Well, one of my friends on my contact list is Andrea Foster, who works at the Midland Business Alliance. And I messaged her. I have a GoFundMe page. I have an idea. I was all excited about it. And she said, Carrie, that's what I do for a living. So you need to come in. Let's hear the idea. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I was like, okay. So I had my bag. I had a couple Tupperware containers that was kind of my prototype that I had kind of put together. And I went in, had a meeting with her, and she said, well, I'm going to need you to pitch this to my boss. It's, my higher up. And I got really nervous and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And we were in this little room and I waited for her boss to come in and the door opened and Nicole walked in and I broke down. I broke down immediately. Nicole Wilson is the sister to one of my really good friends, Tana, who we lost a long time ago to addiction. And so when I saw Nicole walk in, my heart just dropped. It was like this combustion of just like everything happening all at the right time, at the right moment came together right then. And it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And I told Nicole and she's like, you got an idea, girl. You got an idea. And then we went to CMURC and then the ball started rolling from there.
I just had the most amazing lunch with Nicole Wilson.
Isn't she amazing?
She's pretty amazing.
She is incredible.
Yeah.
And she has a story too. And just by her seeing me and recognizing me and seeing my worth, that just makes my heart so full for sure. She's a special woman.
All right. So what was the biggest challenge that you faced so far in designing and implementing this strategy? Because a lot of people have great ideas. A lot of people get excited about ideas and then they go to bed.
Yeah.
And they wake up the next day and nothing ever happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you keep the drive going? And then what has been your biggest struggle?
Yep. How I keep the drive going, just, kind of going back to Tana and Nicole, is I have lost so many people throughout the course of my life to addiction. Beautiful people that lost their lives way too soon, just definitely cut short. And they motivate me. I haven't forgotten about any of them. And I might not talk about them every day or sing songs about them every day, but they are in my soul forever. And they motivate me. The people that never got the chance to chase their dreams motivate me. So when I want to get home from cleaning all day and just maybe take a nap, it's that motivating fire that's inside of me that keeps me going, that pushes me to the next step. And you asked about a challenge or struggle. And yeah, there's been little bumps and hiccups along the way, but honestly, it's been a blessing. It's been a miracle. I feel like, I don't want to tear up, but I feel like I'm living a miracle right now. It's just been incredible, the whole journey. And yeah, there's going to be challenges. Absolutely. If you were to say, what is the number one thing? It would be money. Of course, it would be money because I don't have tens of thousands of dollars to just be like, manufacture that. I want this. I need an assistant. I just don't have that. But I'm going to get there and I'm doing what I can with what I got. And for me right now, it's working. So we're just going to keep pushing through. And when it's time, like the manufacturer the other day, do you want this quote or do you want to wait until you kind of figure stuff out? No, give me the quote. I want to see it. I want to know because we're going to do it. Whatever that number is, if it's 100,000, if it's 50,000, I will figure it out. And that's part of my history is that I'm just using that energy that I used every day to find drugs and that obsession of finding and using drugs. I just flip it. And just like with the number, it doesn't matter if it's $100,000. I'll figure it out just like I did before, but I'm using it in a positive, healthy way.
All right, before you start crying.
Yeah, no.
Which would be totally fine, but I don't have any
yes,
Kleenex.
no, that's fine.
Let's talk about your TikTok.
Yes. Oh my gosh. TikTok is so fun. Like, I'm having so much fun on this platform. And no, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm not tens of thousands of followers, but I'm having so much fun on this platform, and I love creating. I am such a creative person, and this is such a creative outlet for me.
C&A Servicez with a Z.
Yep.
Is the name of your TikTok handle.
Yes.
Okay, you got a video with 1 million views.
I know. It's crazy.
What was going on in that video?
This video is really like a tip. It's a cleaning tip. It's going to show you how to clean your stainless steel. Everybody has stainless steel most of the time, and it always gets all streaky and nasty. And this tip, using orange glow, which people would never think to use on stainless steel, which it actually can be used on stainless steel. Huh. It takes the streaks right out, and it makes it look brand new. And it's one of those things where, especially on TikTok, you make this video, you put no effort into it, and bam, you get 1 million views. But then I'll sit there for 4 hours editing a video, and it gets 300. So it's just one of those, it's the TikTok lottery. But I have so much fun creating videos. I have so much fun just doing them. It's so fun. I mean, I'm laughing my ass off in these videos, in the cuts. I mean, I'm wearing a fuzzy hair tie as a mustache. I'm trying to be relatable to the everyday cleaner out there. And it's just fun to make. They're just fun to make. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
And you have a website?
I do. Well, C&A Servicez has a website, obviously, for our cleaning services, and that's just www.cna Servicez. And then for Safiee, we are building the website right now. We're going to have an e-commerce website for Safiee. And like I said, it's definitely a process building the website. I give every web developer a lot of credit. It's a lot of work, and you got to really know what you're doing. So I'm using my resources and just getting the help that I need.
What kind of resources are you getting to help you build your website?
I actually reached out to an old friend, and he is a genius with web development. It's what he does. And I am blessed and so grateful. This is what I mean when I'm living a miracle. I reach out to him. He's traveling the world doing this, and he is going to take the time to help me develop this website because he wants to build up his portfolio. He wants to be a part of this. So that's what I mean when I say just utilizing your local resources. Use what you have and see what you can do.
All right, so let's talk about your marketing plan.
Yeah.
How are you going to drive awareness for Safiee other than this podcast?
Anything is possible. I'm willing to do just about anything to promote. I want to do podcasts. I want to promote on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm doing an interview soon with entrepreneurs like me. Just getting out there in the community and spreading this. Obviously, as you know, with social media, you have to be pretty diligent. Yeah. Every single day, you've got to be making content to market.
So can you do like a TikTok shop link?
Absolutely. And I already have in the Clean Talk community on TikTok, I already have big creators that are willing to be an affiliate and sell these, promote my product. It's amazing.
Let's talk about that because I find that fascinating.
Yes.
So what you're telling me, first of all, what is Clean Talk?
Clean Talk is the cleaning community on TikTok. So they have like book talk or, real estate talk. It's just for cleaners, for house cleaners.
Is that just kind of like a concept, or is that something you can actually search for? I see you have Clean Talk as a hashtag.
Yep, it's a hashtag, and if you search in the search engine Clean Talk, it's going to be a lot of cleaning content.
Cool.
All different kinds, ASMR, just everyday cleaning, professional cleaning, tips, tricks. And so that's kind of my niche for C&A Servicez.
So this seems to me like a no-brainer. You reach out to every influencer in the Clean Talk community.
Yep.
And you say, hey, this is my new product.
Yep.
I would love for you to promote it.
Yep.
Here's a link. Yep. An affiliate link, which I'm sure they have all figured out.
And they'll get a little piece of the pie. If they sell a product, they'll get, $1 off each product.
Whatever.
And that gives them the motivation to sell it. And you go from there.
So the way that works is, let's say You send them one.
Yep.
They do a video. They open it. They show they demo it, whatever. They show how it works. So they place it in their ad somewhere in their video. And then they have a link to the TikTok shop with their code. And TikTok handles all that on the back end.
Absolutely. Yep.
Holy cow. What an opportunity.
I know. And if you look at the post that I even posted about Safiee, you can look at the comments and even, I mean, I talk to these women personally on my text. I mean, personal texting, and they are excited. They want these products. They want all of them. And so it's just exciting.
So how does that work? Do they see your video, or do you send them a video, or you reach out privately?
I've been building this up on C&A Servicez. I've been building it up since I had the idea. Like, hey, I got an idea. Oh my gosh, I got an idea. And then people are like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? And I've been building this anticipation, and then I dropped. When the Midland Daily News came out, I dropped publicly on social media and told everybody what it was. And the overwhelming amount of support that I've gotten is incredible.
Is that the one with the 10,000 views?
Yes. Yep.
Your most recent video?
Yes. And then I do have a Safiee account, and I did do a video for Safiee on Safie's page, which also has, I might have 20,000 views right now on Safie's page. If you click up there, you can, if you go up right there on Safiee, it'll take you to the page, and then, it's 11.3 thousand. So it's really doing well, and just the amount of support I'm getting is incredible. I mean, it's just incredible.
So why not just change the existing account to the name Safiee instead of building a second account?
Well, because I want to keep C&A Servicez, and honestly, I want Safiee right now to be my journey. What it takes, what I'm doing, what the backstory is. I'll do a little clip on this. I'm going on a podcast to promote it. Just stuff like that. And then with C&A, I'm kind of like goofing off, being funny, doing skits, and I want to still do that. So I want to be able to keep them separate.
I love it. What's the next step for you? What's the next phase of the journey?
We're going to get these babies produced. We got to get them manufactured. And whether that be, I really hope it's the company that I just went and toured. I really got a good vibe. I really liked the people over there. And it's just getting them produced and getting the funds to get them produced. And I'm hoping, like I said, I'll be able to tap into my family, my resources, and just see what's out there. And like I said, I'm not going to let anything hold me back. Even if it is $100,000, I'll figure it out.
You want to hear my crazy invention idea?
Yes, I do. I want to hear it.
Lap ledge.
Lap ledge?
I call it lap ledge. It's only an idea in my head. Tell me if you like it. But it aligns really well because I need to have a prototype. So maybe you can hook me up.
I can.
All right. So I got all these little daughters, and I carry them all day.
Okay.
And I'm big and strong, but I get tired because they're heavy.
Yeah.
So what they do is they stick their little feet inside my belt, and that gives me a little relief on my shoulders.
I like this, where this is going.
You see where I'm going?
Yep, I do.
So I want to make a little insert that goes inside my pants.
Okay.
Imagine two little pieces of plastic with a little spring in the middle.
Yep.
You slide it in like a clip, and then you open it up to 90 degrees. And you round it around. They can go on either side of your hip, and then your kiddos can just rest their feet on that ledge, and it takes away all the pressure from carrying the kid.
Genius. Genius. I got to hook you up with James. We got to get you over there in the lab.
All right.
I love it.
I'm going to do that. Hook me up after this show.
Yes, I will. And I just want to make this clear, too, before we wrap up, about your daughters and about, helping them. You would be surprised at how much it would just mean to them by just their dad, letting them know in the morning or at night or whenever, you're beautiful and you are special. And just those little words will mean a lot. Truly. It really will.
Well, by now they're probably pretty tired of it.
I know, but it doesn't ever get old. Truly, it doesn't.
All right. If anybody wants to reach out to you to learn more about you and Safiee and everything else, where would you send them?
I would send you, the main facility that I'm using right now is TikTok. That's kind of like the main hub of Safiee. But I have Facebook accounts, Safiee, C&A Servicez. I have Instagram. I have email. I'm pretty readily available and open.
All right. So on TikTok, it's
It's C&A Servicez with a Z. And then on TikTok for Safiee, it's Safiee Me.
Safiee
Me.
Carrie, thanks for being on the Talk
Thank you
Midland
so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.